Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aaron, with Evolution Daily, and welcome to one of the two bonuses that is going to be included here in the U2.0 workshop replay. So you guys are getting the replay of the workshop. Again, huge thank you to everybody that signed up. You guys are getting these two bonuses as well. This here is an awesome day game interaction. You're going to see it's very, very good just in general, right? But it's really, really good because I ended up going on a date with this girl and sleeping with her after that. And this was just not that long ago, and I'm for sure going to see her again. And so you'll see that, something a little different here is with a lot of night game interactions. I think I have a couple different night game polls on the channel, and a lot of the polls that I do have from night game in general, I'm very, very sexual with the girl. You'll even see that every once in a while in day game, with some of my infields. But with this one, it's just very normal. And that's why I decided to include it as a bonus here in the U2.0s, because I think that when you see that you can run this sort of normal guy game just in a grocery store setting like this, I think, and then sleep with a girl from it, I think that it kind of it helps your inner game in a way, which is why I did this, because it shows like, oh, this is nothing crazy fucking flashy. I don't have to be out here like with these crazy, witty, amazing lines and this crazy, awesome persona. I can just go out here and do some normal ass shit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this through, and as I play it through, I'm going to pause it at different parts and kind of explain the technique and the mindset behind some of the things that I do. Hey, what's up? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I said hi to you earlier.
I literally was like, I figured, I was like, oh, maybe he like knows someone in West Virginia.
Not at all. I just thought you were hot.
Oh.
And now here I am seeing you again, and I still am attracted. So.
Thank you.
What's your name?
You. My name's Megan.
I'm Aaron. Hi.
Nice to meet
you. Are you from West Virginia then?
No, I'm not. I went to school here freshman year.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're just getting to know each other a little bit, obviously. So I mentioned the West Virginia hoodie that she's wearing, the jacket, rather. Now, what had happened is a few minutes before this, I had seen this girl, and I had walked by her, and I said, hey, what's up? But she was walking very quickly and, like, looked kind of shocked and, like, just kept walking, blowing by me. So then just now, that's why I mentioned, hey, I saw you a minute ago. Now, I'm going very direct here, right? I'm telling her, I'm saying, oh, I think you're just fucking, I think you're attractive. I think you're a very cute girl. I always say experiment. 50% direct, 50% indirect. I do really, truly believe overall indirect is more effective, especially for getting girls to stop and actually talk to you and to not get the vibe that you are, running some fucking PUA shit. You're trying to pick her up in the grocery store. You want your day game to really have what I like to call the illusion of improvisation, right? And this is a concept that I learned from stand-up comedy, which is the idea that when you watch, some of the greatest stand-up comedians in the world, it kind of just almost sounds like they're coming up with things off the top of their head, even though they've actually done it 1,000 times maybe prior to putting it on, an HBO special or something like that. So, but with just going direct, sometimes I'm in that mood, and so if you're ever in the mood to just to go direct or to go indirect, then run with kind of what you're feeling in that moment and understand that both are going to be effective, and you really always want to be experimenting with your game. You know what I will say is that West Virginia is the name of one of my favorite songs from this band called the Front Bottoms.
Oh wait, okay, actually I've heard of it.
Have you heard the song?
Yeah. Twin Size Mattress.
Yeah, Twin Size Mattress.
I haven't heard that song, but
I'm going to see them on October 25th up in Cleveland at the House of Blues.
I'm from Cleveland.
What part? Okay, cool. So then I'm from Cleveland. She starts laughing. It's like, oh, we have all this stuff in common. It's so fucking cute. And you can just hear it in her voice right there that she's getting, she's obviously attracted to me. Now the whole thing about the Front Bottoms, I brought up that band that I listened to, and I always say, bring your fucking world to the table. You know what I mean? If there's shit that you're really into, kind of make sure you bring that up. I'm not saying you've got to show everything about yourself in your initial interactions, but the more little kind of the more little seeds that you can plant out there in the conversation, then the more that these trees of conversation can then branch out, right? So by saying these different things, we can, just basically get conversations going to this place where there aren't dead ends. There's just so many different branches. You're a fucking monkey jumping around from branch to branch to branch, being able to keep any conversation going, whether it's with anybody or, specifically here, I mean, girls, so, she's about to, we just established that we were both kind of from the same area, so we're going to talk about that here for a second. You're like laughing. You're like, we have so much in common. Oh my god.
No, yeah, that's very cool. It was
That's
very
cool.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Why are you ending this right now? Don't end this.
I'm not. I have to go pick up a prescription.
Why are you ending this right now? Don't end this. Listen, it's not always going to be clean, okay? Guys, there's so much fucking bullshit in the pickup community. This is something real big that I'm going to start talking about. There's so much bullshit about, like, you don't want to, like, don't do anything that could potentially come off as needy. Don't be needy. It's like you're fucking viewing needy as, like, this atomic bomb, and you're like, I've got to stay away from being needy. That wasn't needy. That was me being assertive. Hey, come here and talk to me. What do you mean? Come and talk to me. But so many guys that have not spent as many fucking countless hours and years now in the field as I have, you know, they would hear that and be like, oh, that was kind of needy. Like, if she didn't want to talk to you, then just fucking let it. Dude, I swear to God, half the fucking girls that, like, I've polled or whatever, they weren't like, oh, yeah, totally, I'll just come with you. No, you got to, like, get a girl to really stop and talk to you. And as you can see down here at the bottom here, I mean, this goes on for minutes more after she just tried to kind of bail out there. You know what I mean? She's like, all right, well, it was really nice meeting you. You know, and that's just because most women are not out here studying social dynamics. Most human beings are. 99.999% of people aren't really that great at having just random conversations with strangers, you know. And I talked about that a lot on the Intergame Workshop, and I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about that. But again, don't be afraid to be assertive, both in night game and day game. Well, just talk to me for a minute. What's the problem? What do you think? You think I'm like weird or something? You know, why don't you like me? You know, whatever it is, just kind of this neediness is dependent upon where it comes from. Right? Neediness lies in your subcommunications. Oh, I mean, just like talk to me for a second. That's different than just talk to me for a second, which is exactly how I did it.
And then I gotta go.
Birth control?
Like,
no,
I'm
glad. You gotta pick up a plan B. Wild night.
Yeah.
So you live around here?
I do. I actually go to OSU.
Give me your phone number. I'm gonna take you on a date.
Okay.
Boom. Okay, so I'm teasing her a little bit there. I'm like, you know, birth control plan B. That's my personality. Again, do what fits you, but don't be afraid to kind of tease girls a little bit. You know, she could have said, you know, earlier on when she did the West Virginia thing, you know, she's wearing that hoodie and she's from there. You know, I could have said something like, oh, you're one of those. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. Like, I've seen the movie Deliverance, and I don't know if I like what I see. Oh my God, it's just good, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You know what I mean? Don't ever be afraid to kind of tease a girl a little bit. That's my personality, to be like, plan B, birth control, whatever, which we did end up talking about that later. She thought it was fucking hilarious. So it ended up matching with her personality. Always kind of stay true to who you are. Like I said earlier about bringing your world to the table, bringing up different bands, different hobbies, things like that. And you're going to eventually find girls that are going to fit directly into that puzzle. That doesn't mean every single girl has to be a perfect puzzle piece in order for you to close, but you will find that. And then, God, this fucking fly. Stupid fruit flies, dude, I swear. We have like bananas laying around or something. But no, and then right there at the end, you know, I just say straight up, I'm gonna take you on a date. Let's do that.
Put your phone out?
Put my phone number, put yours. I didn't bring my phone out today.
Oh, okay. What's the reason for this?
Do you actually want to know, or are you just mocking me?
No,
I'll tell you the truth.
Serious.
So the reason why I actually didn't bring out my phone is because sometimes I try to leave the house without it because I feel like I'm way too addicted.
Oh, okay.
I work online only. So I'm on a computer or phone 24/7.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Let me ask you something before I actually put this in here.
Okay, what?
What's like the likelihood that you're actually gonna like hang out with me?
Oh my gosh, I'll text you.
Let's text each other and get to know each other.
Okay.
We can talk about LeBron James and Lake Erie and all that fun. Okay, so a bunch of stuff here, you know. I made a video a while back about how powerful it is to get a girl to promise that she's going to text you back. I don't really do that there. I just say, you know, what's the likelihood of you texting me? And you guys have probably seen that in other infield videos that I put out. But it's just really powerful, kind of talking about that, almost challenging them. Like, I don't really think you're going to hit me back up or something like that. And what it does is just kind of puts it in their head a little bit, I think, subconsciously, where it's like, oh, no, I'll show him. Like, I get him to say it. She's like, yeah, I'll text you. I'll get to know, whatever. And then there has been, you know, text after text after text. And then, you know, obviously leading up to the meetup. And it's just, by saying that, I think it really, and this is just theorized, it's something that I never heard it anywhere before. It's just something that I kind of came up with after doing this so much. And then what else did we just, let me rewind this slightly. Little Cleveland shit.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'll text you.
Let's text each other and get to know each other 24/7.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about LeBron James and Lake Erie and all that fun little Cleveland shit.
Okay.
You're getting a call from Mama. Can I ignore it real quick?
Wait, no,
Okay, so her mom starts calling while I have her phone and put my number in there. Just so you guys know, okay, there's nothing wrong. So you should actually probably get her number most of the time. The only reason why sometimes in the infields I do that is because I'm actually recording into my own cell phone. So that's why I do that sometimes, why I will, have the girl put my number in her phone. But it doesn't matter. I'll take the girl's phone or I'll have her just like text me right then and there. So that way then, we get it across. So that way it's not like, oh, now I have no way to contact her and she can just not hit me up, because again, sometimes that persistence has to go even beyond the, even going beyond the initial interaction at times. So now her mom's calling. Let me ignore it. No, the number's not saved. Let me talk to her.
Hello? Hi. Yeah, well, I'm going to pick it up in like 2 minutes. I'm actually waiting. I went over there and they told me to come back in like 10 minutes.
Tell her you met a boy. Say it. Say it.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Okay, now this is like, it's not that long. It's not that long. It's like a minute and a half or something like that where she's actually on the phone with her mom. But the thing is, I'm not just going to like go moseying along. We're in the middle of like having this very good interaction. So I'm not just going to go like running away from her. Oh, here we go. She ended it. Oh, were you talking to... You were talking to her.
Hey, you can add your phone number, but I got to go get my first.
Megan, don't run away from me right now. I have your phone. You're not going to run away from me? Again, here's the deal, okay? Day game is a different animal, okay? Night game, there's context. You've seen a million movies where girls are going home with dudes, right? It's a social environment. People are there to hang out. Day game, you can even day game in social environments. A park is a social environment. What's another good day game example of a social environment? Even like it's technically day game, but it's like the patio of a bar or restaurant. You know what I mean? Just where people are there to just be there. As opposed to non-social environments, the street, a mall, the grocery store, a college campus. Sometimes even that can actually be a social environment if you're talking about, here at Ohio State, we have the Oval. Everybody hangs out at the Oval. So you can't have that. But non-social environments, people are trying to get places, right? So this girl, she's kind of trying to skirt off. So obviously, again, she is attracted for sure. We are having this kind of very charming back and forth little, rapport, building comfort. I mean, we're having a great interaction here, but she's really got to get going, and now she's kind of starting to make that pretty clear. But again, I'm kind of hammering it home, and I'm really laying it on her. And I think that that's where so many guys are really, really fucking up is by... If the girl doesn't give them exactly what they need in a given moment, in a given interaction, like fully contributing back to the conversation, fully like giggling at every little thing they say, then I think so many guys are just ending it right then and there because they don't want to push past these... really these glass walls is what they really are. They don't want to break through the glass walls, and you really have to. And you have to just kind of keep pushing and keep laying it on them. And sometimes just be okay with being a bit much. It's almost like, I was talking about tapping into extreme narcissism on the U 2.0 Intergame Workshop. And it's almost really like you are, it's like you're just fucking almost oblivious to the fact that anyone even... That anyone even exists other than to fucking benefit your personal growth, right? I know that's like fucked up to say, but that really is kind of the headspace you have to tap into sometimes, persisting and saying things in conversation that maybe don't even end up like really fitting in there, which I don't know if I really do that so much in this interaction, but we're going to continue it here. Okay, check this out. Here.
Thank you.
Hug me.
No.
Are you serious?
I'm being serious. I don't know you.
We're gonna get to know each other through text message, right?
I know, yeah.
You can come over and hang out on my porch. We'll have drinks. We'll have drinks on the porch.
Where do you live?
Over near 4th Street Bar. You know the area? What about you? Where do you live?
I live on 9th Street, so I'm actually like.
I dig it. Do you walk here?
No.
Oh, lazy. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Yeah, sometimes.
Alright, well, it was nice meeting you. Do you have to get more stuff here? Do you want me to leave you alone? So again, another very key concept here. Just because you've gotten the number doesn't mean you have to end the interaction, right? So just because you've gotten the phone number, that doesn't mean, okay, cool, well, now I'm going to hit you up. Get that phone number. You've now sealed that deal, right? That deal is sealed. The phone number has been given. You have led into that properly. But now build some more comfort. Keep this going a little bit. Become more memorable, right? And I mean, I talked about this in Engage, and I definitely talked about it a bit last night as well. Being an attractive character, right? You know, being somebody that she is going to remember, that kind of stands apart, you know, talking to her in this kind of smooth way, getting your conversation skills up and your social skills up. And now I'm just kind of, you know, I'm screening for logistics a little bit here, seeing where she lives, and you know, just rolling from here and talking to her a little bit. You're going to see here in a second, I kind of say something else about how I'm like help her like find this binder.
No, actually, I have to. There's one other thing I needed to get.
What do you need? Tell me. I'll help you. We can establish some comfort here. You can see I'm a guy that does things for people.
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I think I have everything.
Tell me what it is. What are you looking for?
I think it was a binder, but like I don't like any of those binders.
Nah, they suck.
Yeah.
Go to Staples up on Old Tangy.
I should.
Yeah.
I think I'm good though. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. I'm gonna shake with my left hand because
That's okay. We can do that. That's what left-handed people do.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, look in my eyes and tell me.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me that we're gonna go on a date.
Yeah, we can maybe.
Hey, I like you. I'll see you. Okay. She loved it. She fucking loved it. Yeah, we can, maybe. Haha, she's laughing. Again, she has not, and when we fucking hung out, and she even told me straight up, she's like, I have never had anybody come up to me like that. I'm like, well, have you had guys hit on you in bars and stuff? She's like, yeah, like, I have, but it's never been like that. It's always just kind of been this, like, drunk, sloppy, like, hey, come home with me, and, like, let's fuck. This is the thing, too. Most guys are not good at game, okay? You might know some guys in your life, like fucking, I don't know, maybe your cousins, your fucking friend, whoever, that got laid a lot naturally, but even them, they're not really actually even getting laid as much as you think. Now, there's rules, there's exceptions to this rule, obviously. There are definitely guys out there that don't know shit about pickup, don't know shit about game, but I just kind of want to talk about that because this girl even told me she was like blown away and like thinking about it all day, like the rest of this day and the rest of this evening, just about like how fucking funny it was. I just came up to her and we had this awesome conversation and how much she fucking liked me. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are, you know, out and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm going to be a bother. Are these girls going to like me? Yes, they're going to fucking like you. Why would they not? You're a goddamn pimp, right? Get this shit under lock. Keep doing this more and more and more. Now there's a funny little ending here.
Oh my God.
What?
Bye.
Hey, see you later, Megan. I went for it. I went for it. I tried, you know. It's like a good place to try to meet some chicks. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
Best place, grocery store.
Right now, right? What do you got going on? No, I'm just playing. Hey, have a good one, okay? All right, see you. Oh, God. Classic. I honestly almost didn't want to do this for the U2.0 bonus video because I wanted that to go on the channel, but I think I might end up including that last little clip there because that's just fucking ridiculous. But again, you know, I'm walking through this shit like I talked about on the workshop. I like to walk through this life like it's a fucking playground, man. I'm just out here having fun, you know. Something I don't think I ended up talking about. I did talk about social freedom in the workshop, but, you know, having a sunny disposition, it's something that I read in one of my favorite books. It's called How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less, I believe it's called. How do people? Yeah, I have it right over here by Nicholas Boothman, and he talks about having a sunny disposition, you know, which is, I did talk about it in the social freedom part of the U2.0 workshop. I talked about how, you know, you don't want to be somebody that's walking around as a complete fucking zombie throughout this world, and that you want to be a guy who, you know, kind of sparks up some conversation, has some spring in his step, you know, kind of a lighthearted smile, bopping around, really enjoying yourself, and that energy is just always going to project to different people around you. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this breakdown. You know, again, I mean, you know, rewatch it, take in some of the concepts, some of the techniques, really pay attention to my tonality when I'm talking to these girls. You know, I keep it very lighthearted. I'm not, you know, there's so much shit out there about like being fucking alpha and seductive and fucking, you know, like what do you think I'm fucking Casanova, like standing by this fucking girl and like getting her panties wet right here in the fucking aisle of the thing and just like talking to her about our fucking Caribbean cruise we're gonna go on someday. So like, no, dude, like this is real shit. Like this is like what you're seeing right here. This is real fucking game. This is what it looks like to go meet a girl at a grocery store and sleep with that girl afterwards. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed the U2.0 bonus, or I'm sorry, the replay rather, as well as the how to pull.